Hey guys, it's me, and I'm here to show you how to create hanging indents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create them in Microsoft Word. And then when that's done, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it in Google Docs. So depending on what you like to do or work with, you can go ahead and choose which one suits you the best. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and start here. I have a Word doc already created, and I have 3 citations here that have already been placed. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to place these hanging indents. So if you're working with a citation that only spans one line, like this first one, obviously you can just leave it go. So whenever you have citations that are spanning 2, 3, 4 lines, this is when you need to utilize a hanging indent as per MLA style. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So what you have to do is you have to manually type it in, or you copy and paste it, but make sure there's no awkward spacing between words or like huge missing chunks at the end of a line. So I adjusted all this so whenever I capture and highlight the citation, it'll go ahead and do a proper hanging indent. Instead of doing just one line, it'll do all the lines under the first line. Okay, so what you're going to have to do is when you're working with Word, it's easiest to do them one by one in my opinion, but you can also capture every citation at one time just by highlighting the whole document. So I'm going to show you how to do both. So if you want to do it one by one, as you can see, I can skip House of Leaves, and then we're going to move on to the next. So what you'll do is literally just highlight here. And when you're working in Word, what you basically have to do is right click on your mouse, and this menu is going to come up. So what you'll do when this menu comes up is you scroll down to paragraph. Okay, paragraph ... So you can go ahead and click here, and you'll see that a menu is going to pop up here. So this is the menu that you want. It says general, indentation, and spacing. What we want is indentation because it's called a hanging indent. So we're going to look here in the middle section where it says indentation. And then to the right in the middle, it says special none. But you can see when you click here, it opens up a drop down. And you can see the magic word hanging is the last choice. So when you click that, it'll actually show you down here a quick just preview of what it's going to look like. And that looks correct to me. So once you take a look at that and make sure it's correct, 0.5 inches if you want to do it manually, but that's how it should be when it's hanging. So you can go ahead and click OK, and as you can see, it has created my hanging indent. So we're going to go ahead and move on to this other one with several lines of indentation that are needed. So we have a 4-liner here. This is a very hefty piece. So I'm going to go ahead and show you again. Highlight the whole thing. I like to highlight it from the bottom up. And as you can see, we have a little error. Okay, so I highlight from the bottom up, and then what happens is you right click once again, scroll down to paragraph, or just move your mouse down to paragraph, go to indentation, which is kind of here in the middle, move over to special, click the drop down, click hanging. It's going to show you exactly what it's going to look like. It looks good to me. That's awesome. A couple lines are pushed in. This is exactly how it needs to look. Hit OK. Boom, it has been done. Look at those beautiful hanging indents. This is exactly how it needs to look. You'll notice that my Works Cited page has a space in between each citation. This is correct stylistically. So this is easy to kind of set apart everything. All right, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you how to do them all like at the same time, if you don't want to like do them one at a time if you're in a rush. So if you're in a rush, you can actually literally highlight all of them. I'm not going to highlight the top because I know it doesn't really need it, but you highlight all of them, right click on the highlighted portion, hit paragraph. I hope this works. Go to indentation, click the special bar, down to hanging, click hanging, click OK, Okay, and it's done it. So that's really awesome. If you're gonna do it this way though, it looks like it removes that double spacing. So we need double spacing as per MLA style. So what you're gonna wanna do is make sure you highlight, click here, line and paragraph spacing, and make sure you choose 2.0. And there you have it, folks. That is how you do hanging indents when you're working with a Word document. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the same set of citations on a Google document. All right. So as promised, it basically looks almost exactly the same, but we're just working with Google Docs here. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit. And working with Google Docs, your choices are going to be a little bit different. So with a Word doc, I right-clicked to find what I needed, but here in Google Docs, you can actually find what you need on the hotbar, which is up here. Okay, this is your menu bar options. So whenever you want to create a hanging indent, you go ahead and highlight whatever you want. This one is going to go first. And then instead of right-clicking, you're gonna have to click Format up here. So once you click Format, you're gonna click Align and Indent, or at least hover over Align and Indent, because indentation, this is what we're looking for, a hanging indent. And you're gonna go ahead, and as you can see, it's not really a choice here or here, so we're gonna move down to the bottom option called Indentation Options. Click here. And once again, this is considered a special indentation. So if you click this drop-down bar, once again, you'll see hanging indent. So go ahead and choose that. You'll see 0.5 inches indentation is like traditionally how far it's pushed in. And you apply that, and ta-da, we have this hanging indent here. All right, so we're gonna do the same on the bottom. So I highlighted it, clicked Format, hovered over Align and Indent, went down to Indentation Options and chose that. I'm here and I'm able to choose the drop down for Special Indent, choose Hanging, choose Apply, and look at these amazing indents. This is amazing. This is perfect. This is exactly what you need. This is how it should look. And if you're having trouble and if the tutorials are weird that you're watching, this should absolutely help you out. So I'm gonna do the same thing here that I did in the Word doc. I'm gonna undo those two things. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and highlight everything. If you're in a rush and you're like, I need to indent everything now, we're going to go ahead and try it all together now. So click Format, Align and Indent, click Indentation Options, Hanging, Apply, and Word documents and Google Docs are pretty smart and they can tell the difference as long as you have that huge space in between. I feel like if you don't have the space in between, it might end up just like doing a huge hanging indent, compiling everything all together. So make sure you have an enter in between all of your citations so we can tell them apart. As you'll notice also with Google Docs, whenever I highlighted everything I needed to and created the hanging indent, it didn't take away my double spacing, which is awesome. If it takes away your double spacing though, that's wrong. Manually change it and do the 2.0 spacing. If that happens here with Google Docs, you can always highlight everything, click this arrow with the lines, it says line spacing, and make sure it's double spaced. And that's that. I hope that that was helpful, and happy writing and happy indentationing. All right, guys?